What's good, everybody? Aquarius cross watchers, people who want to know how Aquarius is being applied to your natal charts, to your solar charts. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but I'm glad you're here with me. You know what I'm saying? We about to get into some channeling, into some reading, and it just feels good to be back. I want to say that. Bars because I'm nice. What else? If you need to get in contact with me or you want to get in contact with me, because there is a difference, right? But it might be because you like how I'm doing what I do here. There'll be a link to my website in the description box that you can click. It'll take you to my calendar. You can set up an appointment with me via Google Meet. Pause because that sounds crazy, I know, but you can. And we can pick apart your chart bars, or we can do a tarot reading. It's truly up to you. You know what I'm saying? You got an hour though. You got an hour. Unless you want more hours, then just get more hours. But yeah. Now that that's done, let's light this incense. By the way, this is my Wild Waters incense. You know what I'm saying? That matches my Wild Unknown Alchemy book and tarot deck, oracle deck. Pardon me. Yeah, you see the color schemes and all. Like, listen. Just pay attention, because I know I'm paying attention. Paying attention is a luxury. You know what I'm saying? We about to get things situated though. How's everybody doing out there? I hope well. You're gonna be able to see your 4-card draw that's already put up on the screen. I already shuffled and drew the cards. You can trust me. Trust me. I was shuffling like a motherfucker. I ain't just trying to make no shit up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also going to read the definitions of the cards out from the book, so I can get my brain used to, we're going to put some respect on the author's name and the gifter's name. You know what I'm saying? We're going to really get into this shit. We're going to tear into this shit. You know what I'm saying? That part. All right. So, first card on the board is the Mercury card. Let me blow this up so I can see it front and center. Now, as an astrologer, I'm pretty sure y'all know I could just go off on this card. So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to read the definition of the card from the book first. I'm going to read all the definitions from the cards of the book first, right? And then I'm going to, then I'll give my own interpretation of the read as I see fit, as it goes and, through the process or whatever the case may be, all right? Sound like a plan? All right, bear with me, y'all, bear with me. All right, so Mercury is, in the realm of Mercury, anything is possible. The energy is transfixing and seductive, just like the metal itself. Since this planet rules commerce and communication, it's likely there are deals, contracts, and calls being exchanged that will spin you into a world of mercurial wonder. Don't rush big decisions or get caught in the mesmerizing energy. Rather, pay particular attention to the precise words that are being spoken and written. There may be a trick underway, maybe not. No one is sure yet. It is said that the energy of Mercury is found in the pinky finger and that its ally color is green. Enjoy your time in this emerald hall of mirrors. Just don't sign your name. Just don't sign your name on a dotted line until what is liquid becomes solid, until clear words are expressed by an honest tongue. All right? Might have to get somebody drunk. Oh, I ain't mean it like that. You might just have to wait till somebody take a sip of something to express the truth, or for it to fully come out. Pause. This is coffee, by the way. But okay, skipping right along. The next card is Despicable Faces. Now, if you watched the Cancer reading I did yesterday, this is my second time using the deck, y'all, so bear with me. If y'all watched my reading yesterday, we had Despicable Faces in the Cancer reading, and I just raw dogged it. I just, you know what I mean? Didn't read nothing from the book or whatever the case may be. And I was kind of on point and I was kind of off. Because now that I read the description of this card, I actually like it much more. It has a deeper meaning to it. All right, but this is a mystery card. That's for one. Let's get that situated. And I'm going to read the definition for us, all right? So, the despicable face is never seen. Rather, it is kept in hiding to save outward appearances. This card appears when something below the surface wants to be witnessed in order to be transformed. Yesterday's reading was the Cancer reading was about transformation too. Everyone has their own version of the despicable face and their own reasons for assuming it is an abomination. It could be a buried resentment, an insecurity, or a physical characteristic that holds us back from expressing our true self. Remarkably, once revealed, it is not despicable at all. It is human. It is interesting. What once was thought of as an error becomes an asset on our journey of alchemical transformation. This card connects us to others and to humanity as a whole. Through acceptance, we lift the veil of perfection and reclaim our energy. Honesty and acceptance are the balm that heals the most tender of wounds. I like how that just rolls off the tongue, pause, but I'm keeping it a bean with you feel me? You like that though, right? I don't know about y'all, but I like that shit. Like that. It's not the most appealing card to look at, but it doesn't matter. I guess that's the whole point of calling it despicable. When you get the definition of it, it's just like some things, that's the point, right? Like some things just gotta be ugly, or that we think it's ugly, but when you understand the meaning of it, it's fucking beautiful. It's poetry. Next card is Summer. Seasonal card. I read the whole book too, by the way. Like, not the whole book, but I didn't read the cards yet, but I read everything before that, you know what I'm saying? So I know the suits and all that stuff, like I know that part, so that was dope. It's rainy out here in New York. I don't know where y'all at, but, you know, I could dig this weather, especially for certain days. Times like this, I could just lay up with a book type shit. So I took advantage of that, you know what I'm saying? All right, the summer card. To experience summer is to be embodied. The summer air kisses every crevice of our body. Oh, baby. Opening us up in ways long forgotten. Lust, desire, laughter, sweat, physicality. Hey, yo. They going in, though. It ain't me. These ain't even my words. They going in. These are all the expressions of summer's fullness shining through. When this card appears, know that the senses are heightened and the work is nearing full expression. It may feel as though things are electrified or about to burst. Keep in mind that, like all the alchemical seasons, summer will soon pass. For now, everything in your narrative is fleshed out. I like this. I like you, and I like stuff. And the story has just another chapter or two until it begins again. So revel in this time of ripening and rhythm. Celebrate, gather, connect. Whether the season is literal or metaphorical, let yourself be swept into the pulse of these hot and heavy nights. Hey, yo, that is just like a romance novel. Like, what are we doing right now? I appreciate it, though. You gotta express something. You gotta get the details right. That's the deets. They got movie references in here, too. Oh, we gonna get... I'm gonna enjoy this deck. Y'all gonna be seeing a lot of this deck. I'm just letting y'all know beforehand. Alright, and the fourth card of this draw is Uranus. No pun intended, y'all. No pun intended. Alright. When Uranus strikes, we are in for a surprise. Not in the outer world, but in ourselves. What wasn't possible before is possible now. Thanks to Uranus and its ability to shatter our preconceptions, this shift in perspective or identity brings newfound freedom and opens up dormant energy. For an alchemist, this may be experienced as a long-awaited aha moment or a sudden stroke of genius. Inventions and innovations are born under Uranus energy. This card may also appear to show us what is particularly unique about ourselves or another. A seemingly random or idiosyncratic quality, I said that right, quality may end up being the secret ingredient needed in the laboratory. The alchemist knows this radical energy isn't sustainable, and so the work is to show up each day whether or not Uranus strikes. Definitely understandable. Okay, so we got the book definitions out. I'm glad that my brain could hear it so I can get used to the repetition of that to nail these cards, pause, as best that I possibly can. So now what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to get to reading this in order the way I see fit. So, First thing that I'm seeing here, beginning with Mercury, right? Stepping in the door with Mercury. So, communication is at hand. We know that. It's in the way that you might be seen as a player. Look, first of all, you might just be a player, right? That's one. If you're not a player, like, you don't claim to be a player. You know what I'm saying? It's just you can be perceived as one. Now, you may be contemplating this right now because this could actually be the trick that's associated with Mercury. Mercury is known as the trickster in astrology, just so you know. In the most reason, like, I could give you a clarified reason of why. Mercury is the sun's secretary. It's always nearby the sun. So the sun is going to reflect your likes and dislikes, right? If you like coffee the way that it is in this cup, then that's how you like your coffee. If you don't like your coffee. That's the sun. But that gets communicated, the message, the signal gets communicated via Mercury. Because the Mercury is going to pick up on, it's like the sun represents your motory functions, and then Mercury is like the interpreter of them. Feel me? So, as swift as this planet moves, because it's quick, right? Quicksilver, they call Mercury sometimes. As quick as it moves, and as quick as you can change your mind, the same way that you have likes and dislikes about something, you may change your mind about something. Sometimes that's where the trick is found when it comes to Mercury. So keep that in mind, that when you're having discussions, conversations right now, at this moment, or between this moment and when you see another reading or watch another reading, listen closely in detail to what is being said to you. Also, be thoughtful when responding back. I wouldn't be concerned with how you're perceived, because if you think about how you're being perceived when you say what you say, and it's kind of difficult to do that, right? To think about what you're going to say before you say it and not think about how you're going to be perceived. It's a tough one right there. But what I'm saying is, care about what you say. Don't care about how you're perceived. Care about what you say. I think when you care about what you say, you don't gotta worry about any type of consequence or repercussion. Just know that you mean it in that moment. Mean what you say what you mean. And then the rest is up to the universe and for us to keep alchemizing. You know what I mean? If you reach a turn to where you gotta actually eat your words, cop out to it. If your coat is pulled on it, just be like, yo, you know what? You're right. I did say this, that, and the third when we was talking about it. And yo, I just changed my mind. Like something changed. The plans got altered somehow. Communication is key, is what I'm seeing. That's what I see. Bars. Communication is key. That's what I see. Now, again, back to this player thing, because the pinky finger is representative of the planet Mercury. So again, you may come across as a player. Why? Because you have communicative skills. And it's just like that sometimes. Like some people they don't even gotta know you, but they could see you like online or something like that, and they could be like, yo, I know he a player, I know she a player. It's just like, why? It's just because I'm intrigued, I'm mesmerized some type of way, I'm hypnotized. You get what I'm saying? Be like, yo, I know her fucking inbox is fuller than a motherfucker. If I get through, I'm lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we could be wrong about that shit. But we just basing it upon the appearance and the way they communicate, whether it's body language or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We may be none the wiser. She may be curbing mad motherfuckers. Chicks too. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But it's Right now it's good to have the field of communication open, and this may be something that you haven't even embarked on yet. And I'm getting, because at the time I'm recording this, it's Mercury retrograde. So you may be just like combing over what you're fitting to get ready to do, or how you're going to approach this, how you're going to be more communicative. Because right now you're just crossing your T's and dotting your I's and praying. Praying might have something to do with it. Praying and preparing. All right. And you know, the pinky ring, that's that player shit, that's that pimp shit. So look, there may be some exploitation being done right now, some exploiting being done. And look, I'm not saying manipulation is bad or good. I'm not saying exploiting is bad or good. I mean, I've studied these things in the school and everything, so, and in real life, like, they can be important functions in life, make things move. Mercury is the planet of commerce. If you plan on selling some things to your people, you got to make things move, right? And sometimes that comes with exploiting, right? What are you selling? What are you selling? Because if you got to sell it, somebody's going to wear it, right? It might be clothing or something like that. Somebody's going to model it, right? Yeah, sure, you can hang it up on some hangers, but some people, when they like to see the bodies inside of the wares. You know what I mean? So they can envision themselves and be like, yeah, I'd rock that. Oh yeah, he my size, so if I get one of those hoodies, I'm good, type shit. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing, though, is what I'm saying. So if you come across people who you feel fit, perfect candidates for these roles, so to speak, then you get the pinky ringing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get the speaking the gift of the gab. Now look, again, I don't know your situation when it comes to relationships and stuff like that. Like, I'm not trying to tell y'all to go out there and, you know, fuck up your marriage and shit. You know what I mean? Get thrown out or be sleeping on the couch for the next few months. But, you know, I even know some married people who just know that they got the gift of the gab, whether one of the spouse or whether it's both of the spouses. You know what I'm saying? They get free dinners and shit. I'm just saying. I'm feeling like to say this type of shit. Like, I'm trying to cover it all, because with Mercury, there can be a potential trick. I'm getting tricked too. Like, they might want to trick on you. Just keeping it a bean. Contracts. Now, I want to say something about it being Mercury retrograde right now until the 24th, I think, 24th, 25th, 26th, something like that. And then there's shadow period extensive from that. I'm the type of person that I don't run away from Mercury retrogrades, even when it comes to signing stuff, contracts, actual contracts. But I know a few tricks. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is this: if there's like some updates in the business that you're going to sign a contract in, if there's updates in the profession, the field, a lease perhaps, right? Leases get renewed, every year, whatever the case may be. These are the types of things that are actually expected to be Mercury retrograde-like, because you have to go over and review the terms and conditions that you initially signed off on. You get what I'm saying? So it's not frowned upon to actually sign these types of documents during this time. Especially, and this is even, especially when your documents are tangible. Like, if you're actually signing with a pen and paper, it makes even more sense, because they're solid, and the interference with technology that usually comes along with Mercury is not so much going to be subject to the update or whatever the case may be. But nonetheless, you know, you gotta expect some type of technology these days because of how we do things, communicative wise, and, you know, even travel wise. There may be some travel coming up soon as well. short distance travels. But what I see here is that if you don't have to go, I see. If you're not getting paid to go to places that's nearby, I don't see the real reason to do it, because your main focus is going to be largely communicative. So because we got technology, right? It's like, why do you have to go anywhere? Why do you have to move anywhere? You really don't. People just want to be in people's spaces a lot. Now, if you're extroverted and you got to do it and you got to go and that's part of your like health routine, put it this way. If it interferes with your health, then no, go. Because there's a lot of green on this card, you know? If it interferes with your love, the way that you love, your love language, then go. Take those short distance travels and go, you know? But love is also the planet of trade too. You know what I'm saying? Mercury rules over trade. So it's just like, you don't got to break the bank and don't get replenished because you're trying to go love on something. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just make it make sense, like literal sense. Pence, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the UK. What else? But be lighthearted. Be lighthearted. Be personable. That's a word. Be personal, but be lighthearted. Now let's get to this Despicable Faces thing. There's something about you that even if you know that it's a flaw, like you consider it a flaw, you may not understand what it is right now. This might be submerged in your subconscious mind somewhere. This may be a repressed memory of a name someone called you. I'm getting it has something to do with communication. Even if you expressed yourself, however you expressed yourself, it just didn't have to come from the tongue. However, if you walked with a limp, you make it fit the way it's supposed to fit. Pause. I don't know the actual deets, but it's mysterious to the point where, like I said, subconscious mind type shit. Or this may be a secret that someone else knows about you that has never really heard the light of day or seen the light of day because nobody else knows that other person or those other people that know this thing about you. But it's long buried away. It's long forgotten. It's not something that you bring up. You can get triggered by this soon because let's say somebody's in your comment section and they say something and then it just, like Manchurian Candidate, it ticks in your mind. Like, oh shit, I didn't know they knew that about me. How'd they know that about me? And then now you're like, it's like a wound. It's brought up again. It's like Band-Aid ripped off the wound. Ouch. That hurt. What the fuck? And then the next thing you know, somebody comes in the comment section and they reply after that person. Fuck you talking about? I love buck teeth. I love a gap tooth. You know what I mean? I love lopsided titties. Come in, like, fuck is you talking about? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then now you're like, okay. You know what I mean? It really ain't that deep. It ain't as deep as you thought it was when it happened all those years ago or all that time ago. This is actually going to lead you to more prosperity. Especially if we're talking about the communicative field. Like, it's directly related to the communicative field. So you may have to show yourself. You know what I'm saying? I got 9 3/4 of a fingers. You know what I'm saying? I blew my fingertip off with a quarter stick of dynamite when I was a kid. I was selling them, commerce. I was selling them. It wasn't the pinky ring, thank God. It's my Jupiter finger. You know what I'm saying? But that's an example. You know, I was dealing with trade, I was dealing with commerce. And at the time, at the moment when it happened, I thought my life was over. I was like, they're all gonna laugh at me type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little fucking kid, a little boy. But when I got out and that shit healed up, yeah, everybody was like, yo, you wild, you a wild boy and everything. But to survive it, it just gave me clout. Like, I'm just keeping it a beam with you. If you know, you know. If you from my hood and all that, you know. Like, motherfuckers know the story. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all good. You know how much so my point being is, you may have a scar or something like that. You might not like your beauty marks, where they at or something like that. Listen, that's actually, whatever your scar is, whatever what you think is an ailment, whatever you think is a deficiency, a disability, it's actually a superpower. All right? And I'm getting, again, you may not know when this is going to come, pause, or who it's going to come from, pause again. But just be prepared for it. Especially when you're on this mission, when you say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna put the pinky ring on, I'm gonna communicate, I'm gonna participate in commerce, and okay, I'm in the game now, bang. Expect this, and when it occurs, just know you're on your way to some bags, B. Just keeping it a beam. You know what I'm saying? Something gonna shoot up. Pause, because I'm just flagrant right now. All right, let's get to this summer card, which is connected to the Despicable Faces. So what I can tell you about this is, right, there's a force that's in the form of people or a person that doesn't necessarily want you to have a hot girl summer. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they are actually dreading you being in the summertime and, under the sun, doing what it is that you like to do. You know what I'm saying? Suntanning them bums and all that. You know what I mean? Fellas, whatever y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Getting y'all drinks with the umbrella, gentlemen, and whatever. Whatever. Maybe for selfish reasons. But not that. Let's look at a general perspective of it as well. Summertime is the festive time. So, in some situations, right, are you prepared to be festive this summer? Because Mercury on the board is telling me that could be part of the trick. Let's say you're having conversations right now, right? And, y'all flowing, y'all kicking it with each other, and then a plan comes up. Yo, I got plans to do this. How you feel about doing this or going somewhere together and doing this, that, and the third? And you may be all for it and commit to it, right? And then the next thing you know, prematurely, by the way, then the next thing you know, summertime comes. You got an emergency expense. Maybe you just got to be at somewhere else at the very exact time that you had made plans to go with this person to where y'all was going. And that other thing is going to override priority-wise. And you're going to have to do a rain check. You can imagine what this can do to the relationship, right? Not only that, it may be symbolic along the lines of, this could be, I'm going to tell you like this. If you make a plan with someone for the summer, this could really grow that relationship for like a long-term type of thing. Like, it could build the foundation for it. I'm seeing with the sickle, that looks like a sickle to me, where the X marks the spot. Y'all could actually be frolicking in the woods under the trees and shit. Your ascendant sign may have something to do with this, whatever your ascendant sign is. But it's like X marks the spot under that tree, and not for nothing, right? This may be a lover situation I'm also picking up on. So if this is a healthy love situation, you may really truly want to do what you got to do to make this trip. Because again, this is in a position that is preventive. It's almost like, are you going to go through with the summertime festivities, whatever they are? Are you going to go through with it? Are you going to commit to it? Or are you going to communicate responsibly enough to say, yo, look, I like everything that you're talking about right now. And that's my word. I want to be with you. I want to do it. I want to do it. You know? But to eliminate all of the stress that may come with that. And I don't want to break your heart, baby, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just keeping it a bean, though. Can we just wait until the summertime get here? Just keep it a bean, B. Just keep it a bean. You'd be surprised. And look, and this is what I'm saying. This is how you know if it's a healthy love connection. Because if it's like, nah, nigga, fuck you mean. What I look like. You're either going or you not. Who does that? If it's like that, then you know. Right? Then you know. That isn't the foundation type of relationship that you're looking for on some longevity shit. Because X marks the spot. You could be under that tree with somebody else. Right or wrong. Not only that, right? I see this. It looked like an apple is on the top of this tree. That looked like the apple that's depicted in a lot of text regarding Adam and Eve. So it can have something to do with that too. This is a conscious decision to be committed in the long term, because you know how that happened, even with the fall of man. So I'm getting this too. Like, if you're a man, you might even be scared to do this because you're going to be thinking that type of terminology. I get involved with this woman, you know, fall of man. But what you don't understand, or what you should consider, is that without the fall of man, we wouldn't be here right now kicking it. You wouldn't have the great memories that you have right now. You wouldn't have the feelings of triumph that comes from facing obstacles, struggle, and pain, overcoming them, and having something to feel good about. Your life would have been so simple and constantly the same. You would have lacked variety. You would have lacked substance, meaning, purpose. So if your love or your significant other is offering you an apple to become knowledgeable so y'all can obtain wisdom, think about it. Consider it. We already here. Like, we passed that chapter. Right? We long past that chapter. Shit, we had to. They clipped out telomeres. They lived to 900 and something at least. You know, it's our turn. The fuck, type shit. And again, this season is festive. You know, even if it's one date, even if it's one time, maybe consider it. Consider it. Even if you're just saying it in the vibration of the frequency of your voice, to say, look, I'm going to consider it. All right? When we get to summertime, we're going to have this conversation again. Type shit. And then let the universe do its thing. This is alchemy. You know what I'm saying? We don't, as above, so below, don't. The rules kind of change with alchemy. I'm just keep it a beam. Everything is circular. Everything is a pattern. Everything is a comes around, goes around type thing. You know? It's not up, top, down, low, left, right. It's like this. So, consider it. That's my point. Consider it. Now, let's get to this Uranus card. Let me blow this up on the screen. So, I'm really digging this card, by the way. Like, I'm feeling this joint. Real quick, right? In the palm of this hand of the Uranus card, it looks like the sun to me. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I didn't read that in the description of the definition of the book. Y'all ain't hear that, right? But first of all, it's a number 8 here. Let's give it up for the 2024 is the year of the 8. It's Uranus card as a number 8. This is the potential destination. This is the potential point that you can reach after everything that I just said. This is where you get the... All right, let me get back to the sun first. So look, Uranus is strongly associated with electricity, rules over the internet, communicative-wise, from the firmament on a more aggregate level, expansive level. As long as you could tap into the net, you good type shit. But Aquarius, which Uranus rules over, is opposite Leo. So with the sun inside of the hand, what this is telling me is be thoughtful when you upload to the internet. And I don't know what that means in detail. You know what that means in detail, or you'll know, especially with this card, you'll know when it's time what that means. And the reason why I'm saying that is it's being said to consider the internet as a device, a tool that captures your ego each time. Each time. This is the representation of your soul, the ego. Right? So it's like if you're into the content creator field and you've watched something of yours play back, how did it make you feel? What did you learn from it? Again, this is being recorded during a retrograde. So review it. What could you tweak? What could you change? What were the strong points? What do you say? Oh, okay, this could be repeated again. I'm going to keep this in mind next time I record because this did well. In contrast to that didn't do so well. You get what I'm saying? Because shit, not for nothing, AI is doing it, right? AI is mimicking our hand movements, the way our eyes move, all of the above. It's learning everything from us, right? So we should be even more conscious of how we present ourselves when utilizing the internet. Strongly picking up on that. Be more, because it puts you more in an ownership position. You're more conscious about how you're presenting yourself to others. So when you go to sleep, like I said, I be sleeping. You be sleeping too. If you use the internet, you be sleeping and people be watching you. That's a form of time travel. That's a form of quantum leaping. That's a form of dimension jumping. To actually be physically sleeping, eating, whatever, talking, driving, and someone is in another place in the world watching you on the internet. How is that not multiple dimensions? How is that not multiple timelines? You get what I'm saying? Be mindful of that. Be conscious of that. Because I'm also seeing the jump. It begins at Mercury and it ends at Uranus. So it's a level of communication that evolves. Mercury is like the lower octave of Uranus. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. Just communication on a more profound level. So Mercury, yeah, we're more down to earth with it. It's more personal. We're trading, we're doing commerce, we're talking to each other. Uranus is more of the generational product that lets it do its own thing. Like we're actually creating a new hologram, a new dimension by everything we upload to the internet. So be mindful of that. The Mars glyph is here too, which is kind of freaky. I don't know why I said freaky, but I'm saying freaky. Aquarius, Uranus, freaky shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm picking up, there might be some freaky shit going on in the future. Something about hands. Maybe people like your hands. I've been told that before too. Show my hands more. Alright, maybe I'm going a little bit too far right now. Oh man. But stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Your feet. I'm just saying, B. I'm just saying. That type shit. There's more red in the prisms and the crystals in this Uranus card than it is anything else in the planet Mars. Is there? Mars is passion, assertiveness, drive. Grr, you know what I'm saying? So that part. And be prepared to do something innovative and monumental on the internet too. So I'm feeling strongly that the future potentially holds an area on the internet for you that you can't even you probably can't fathom right now. Or even if you thought about it already, you probably can't fathom doing within summertime or like right after the summer, because the summer card is right before this. So you probably say, nah, I won't be ready by then. But you may be, especially if that lightning strikes, like it said in the definition, and you strike oil, meaning, you alchemize. The moment is right there, boom. You get that epiphany and then it's there. You can do it. Or so suddenly, it's like when the feature finally got added on to Google Calendar that allowed me to do face-to-face virtual conferences. Like when it happened, I really could have used it. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, like a year before that, I was looking for something like that to be added on to there, because I'm like, yo, Facebook got it. But I don't like how I just don't like Facebook like that. No offense, I'm just keeping it a bean, you know what I mean? Bars, because I'm nice, but I'm just telling myself, yo, why Google Calendar don't got something like that, B? It's fucking Google, you know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all doing? What we doing? And then as soon as I thought about it again, I was like, let me double check to make sure they don't got no shit like that. And I looked, and it's there, and it was like, oh yeah, we just got this last month. I'm like, say word. And I thought about it just now. They just added the feature last month when it happened, I'm saying. So that type of thing, you understand what I'm saying? Don't think that just because the feature doesn't exist now, that the universe hasn't picked up on your thought process and said, yo, we're going to make sure that this happens because it's thought of. It's in the ether already. And try not to take too much ownership of this, because this is going to be more of an expansive idea, more of a generative idea. So people who ever do it is probably going to be technological. So there's probably going to be a group of people who got together if they want what do you call that, man? A server, an open network server, something like that, to where they can actually work together collectively, even if they don't like each other. They might not have ever met each other in life, but they can work remotely on some type of coding that needs to be done to come up with this idea. Sure, you thought about it 6 months before, but they did it. It's still a collective effort from the collective consciousness. So this is where you realize that everything is one, everything is in unison. Now, people who weren't thinking on that level, yeah, that's different. They'll probably be excluded from it, at least in the beginning. There'll be a second mover. They might come on late, learn it later, might not be interested because they're not into this type of stuff. But that's them. They might be on the receiving end on whatever commerce is taking place on this thing that we're talking about here, right? So it still works out in the end. They'll get some type of value from it. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to leave this right here. I'm not going to draw no tarot. I don't think there's any need for it. Get in the comment section if you like this reading. Tell me what you liked about it. Tell me if it resonates. I think I largely want to hear about the Mercury part of it. Not that I'm trying to like eavesdrop and get in your business to find out what you're talking about and shit like that, but have you been reviewing stuff and stuff? I guess I am trying to be nosy. Like, have you been reviewing things is what I'd like to know. Or am I the only one? Alright, until next time, I'm out.